Good morning. My name is Samantha Rubianis. I find myself outside of Gerard Velez's house. I'm here to interview him for my career interview assignment. He is a professional in the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. In order to do this interview, I contacted him through email just to make it more professional. I asked him for 10 to 15 minutes of his time to see if he could answer a couple of questions, and thankfully he said yes, and here I am to go in. How long have you been in this role?
Well, I work for the Seminole Sheriff's Office, and my current job title is a detention deputy. I've been with the agency about a year.
Three.
Well, right after I graduated from UCF, I was fortunate enough to know Captain Beecham through my mom. She set up some type of meeting, and I talked to him in person, and he suggested for me to apply for a sponsorship that was going for Seminole State College and through the sheriff's office. I applied, I got it. They gave me a background check, an interview, a lie detector test, all the bells and whistles, and eventually I passed my physical and I got the spot. And here I am now.
Do you work in a team or independent environment?
Environment? Yes and no. I work independently within pods. However, we do classify ourselves a team because we're literally seconds apart from one another. If there's an emergency, there's someone right there within like arm's reach. Even though we do technically work independently, so it's a little bit of both.
How does this style impact your work? Meaning, working with others can sometimes feel challenging, supportive, helpful, or even frustrating. On the other hand, working independently can also feel lonely, empowering, and sometimes difficult.
Well, I like the fact is that it's both worlds. I'm used to working alone. I was working security before this at Disney, and working independently could be difficult because danger can always arise. However, working independently, you have a surge of power because that's your casa, that's your home, and you have absolute control over your home, and that's a great sensation. However, considering the fact that it's your home, your family is just a couple seconds away. So even though it could be dangerous working alone, it it's also safe because my doors in my home is always open to my family, which in this case is my co-workers and fellow deputies. But to answer your question, this style of work is fantastic.
What do you like least about your job?
What I like least about the jobs, anytime an inmate tries to act up, or how how society view us, they think that is different from law enforcement. When realistically, it's one and the same. Deputies are the same. Law enforcement and detention deputies actually, at least in counties, go through the same training, the same defensive tactics, the same firearms. There's nothing difference between the two jobs except the fact that you decided to go this route or that route. But besides that downfall, the only other downfall is the inmates themselves that decide to act up. But we have a pretty good system, so that rarely happens.
Are you scared of ever being in confrontation with an inmate?
Scared? No. I mean,
Are you prepared?
we're prepared. Exactly. Like we fear is a good thing. It gives you alert the whole time. But once it happens, and once it happens once, you lose that fear. You know what to do. You know what to expect, and in a way, you feel like you're unstoppable.
What was your major in college? Could you describe your career path to this current job?
Well, right after high school, I hit the books again. I went straight to college, got my bachelor's degree at UCF within that 4 year actually. And right after my UCF degree, at age 22, I got the spot, and they sent us to academy. It was 19 of us in total. All of us were sponsored. The academy, you learn basically everything you need to learn about the jail and law enforcement, book wise. And there's also a physical part to it because you have PT, which is personal training, like every day. You get fit, and then you also have defensive tactics. So you learn how to fight. You learn how to defend off inmates and any other threats. And probably the best part of the whole academy is the firearms. You learn how to deal with weapons, from handguns to shotguns to even auto rifles. And then after you become certified by passing each of these portions, you get sworn in by the sheriff himself. Once you get sworn in, that's when your career starts, and you move on up within the ranks within your agency.
Is there a GPA requirement to be part of the academy?
There is no GPA requirement. However, scholarships did help me get through college a lot faster before I went to academy, and that was able to pay off my bachelor's degree. And I feel like the higher the GPA, the easier it is for you to get through, but to the academy. But no, there's no GPA requirement for the academy.
Would you say that your worst experience in the academy is when you had to be pepper sprayed?
Absolutely. There's nothing worse than that. There's no words to describe it. It's just awful.
Were you excited when you got tased?
I was excited it wasn't pepper spray. That's pretty much it.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would wait forever, exalted in the sea. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat. With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same, gave you another name, switch up the batteries. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. No, you can't shame me when I am with you. There's no place I'd rather be. 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 We set out on a mission to find our inner peace, make it everlasting.
And that was it. Thank you so much for watching my career interview, and I hope you liked it.
Are you ready?
Yep.
I started.
Lonely, you can feel powerful.
Well,
Empowerful is not a word.
no, it's not.
I am my name.